How's the grade 9s? Today we're going on to word problems, working from slides 41 to 45 from the equations PowerPoint. Okay, so what are word problems? Word problems are going to be like you've given an English statement, okay, and you're going to have to translate it into maths to solve the problem, okay? So the key thing is, looking at the words. Like, for example, sum means addition, difference means subtraction, product means multiplication, quotient means division. Okay, something that you guys learned last year in grade 8. Okay, also with these type of problems, there will always be an unknown. And in maths, an unknown we always let be x. So that is the main thing, to let x be the unknown. Okay, so if we look at the first equation, it's saying the sum of three consecutive numbers is 276. What are the three numbers? Okay, so let's have a look at the first number. So we'll say let the first number be, now we don't know what it is, so we're going to let it be x. That is our first number. Okay, now that word consecutive means the one after. So for example, if I look at the number, for example, like 2, the consecutive number of 2 is 3. The consecutive number for 3 is 4. The consecutive number of 4 is 5, and so on and so on. Okay, so how did we get from 2 to 3? We added 1. How did we get from 2 to 4? We added 2. From 2 to 5, we added 3, and so on and so on. Okay, and that is how I'm going to build up my next numbers with the first number that we are given, which was x. Okay, so that means that the second number will be x plus 1. Then the third number will be x plus 2, okay? Just like I showed you with this example. So with our first number, we added 1 to get to the next one. To get to the one after that, we added 2 to the very first one, okay? So there are our three consecutive numbers, x plus 1, x plus 2. Now, if we sum these, we get a total of 276. So sum in maths means add. So I need to add this number, our first number, add it to our second number, add it to our third number. Okay, so this was our first number, our second number, and then our third number. And if we add all of these, we will get a total of 276. Okay. So now this is just like a normal little equation that you have. I'm just going to drop these brackets so you can see what I'm going to do. X is on this side, numbers on that side. So x plus x plus x, those ones are happy, equals 276. He's happy on that side. I need to take the 1 to that side and the 2 to that side. Okay, x plus x plus x gives us 3x equals 276 minus 1 is 275, minus 2 is 273. We want to get the x on its own, so this is saying 3 times x. The opposite of times is divide. What I do to this side, I must do to this side, and we get that x is equal to 91. So what we've worked out here is x. In other words, here's our x, our first number. So we know that the first number, so therefore the first number is equal to 91. The second number will be equal to, well, the second number is x plus 1. So here's our x, so 91 plus 1 is 92. And our third number would be equal to x plus 2. So x is 91, 91 plus 2 is 93. Now, grade 9s, this is how you're always going to set it up. You're going to say, let x be your unknown thing, build up the equation, solve for it. Then you must have a conclusion. And it must be something like this. Because it's a word sum, you must give an answer back in words. Okay? So that's how we do that one. If we go on to the second example. It's saying Amy bought 4 tins of tennis balls and emptied them in the practice basket that already contained 7 balls. She now has 27 tennis balls altogether. How many tennis balls did each tin contain? So that is what we don't know. We don't know how many of these tennis balls were in one tin. Okay, so that is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say let the number of tennis balls in a tin be x. So we have x number of tennis balls in one tin. Now, how many of these tins did she have? She had 4 of them. So we know that 4 times x will give us the total number of tennis balls in those 4 tins. Okay? And what did she do with these 4 tins? She emptied it into a basket, and in that basket, there are already 7 other tennis balls. So 4x plus 7 will give us the total number of tennis balls. And they told us that gives us a total of 27. Okay? So now we've got a little equation to solve. X is on this side, numbers on that side. So I need to take the 7 to that side, and we get 4x is equal to 27 minus 7. So that is 4x is equal to 20. This is saying 4 times x. The opposite of times is divide. So I divide by 4, divide by 4. And we get that x is equal to 5. So that means that there are 5 tennis balls in a tin. Okay? So now what I need to do is I just need to write an English sentence saying that. Therefore, there are 5 tennis balls in a tin. And we've finished. Okay? So again, grade 9s, state what your unknown is for x, get the equation, solve for it, give an English sentence back. Okay, your conclusion. If we look at question C. Okay, question C is saying, Farmer Brown sold all but 10 of his sheep for 500 Rand each. He received 32,500 from the sale. How many sheep did he have altogether? So our unknown here is the total amount of sheep. Okay, so let total amount of sheep be x. Okay, so we have x amount of total sheep. Now, he sold all but 10. All right, so for example, if we have, or if he had 30 sheep and he sold all but 10 sheep, he would have sold 20 sheep because it's the 30 minus the 10 that he didn't sell. And that is what I'm going to do here. We have a total of x sheep minus 10. And that is the number of sheep that he sold. Okay? And he sold these sheep for 500 Rand each. So if I multiply that by 500, because that's the number of sheep sold, times the selling price, we will get the total amount of money he made, which was 32,500. Okay, so we've got a little equation here to solve. I want to get the x on its own, so I'm going to get rid of this 500 first. The opposite of times is divide. What I do to this side, I must do to this side. So we get here x minus 10 is equal to, now 32,500 divided by 500 is 65. Take the minus 10 to the other side, and we get x is equal to 65 plus 10. So x is equal to 75. So what we've done now is we've solved for the number or the total number of sheep that he had. So how many did he sell if he had 75? Well, 75 minus the 10 would give you 65. So he sold 65 sheep. Okay? Therefore, the farmer had 75 sheep in total. All right. Right, grade 9s, I would like you to do exercise 9.9, numbers 1 to 6 for me, please. Thank you.